Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, January 1st, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 555 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Former Miss America runner-up Kathy Manning dies from COVID-19 at age 59. Snow now covers fire-scarred Denver suburbs. Shirtless Cincinnati football fan quickly becomes meme when Alabama holds UC to field goal. 5 sexiest Lala Anthony photos since announcing her divorce from Carmelo Anthony. Giant bite photographed on great white shark. Duke and Duchess of Cambridge release candid photograph as they wish followers a happy new year. The ugly history of New Year's is too real for white Republicans. Former Black Panther Russell Maroon Shoatz dies 52 days after being released from 50 years in prison. Infant in alleged abuse video is located, Chesterfield police still looking for his mother. Corral's decision sweetens Ole Miss Baylor Sugar Bowl guilt. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. The world welcomes 2022 with muted celebrations as COVID-19 cases surge, CBS News. Alabama vs. Cincinnati score, Cotton Bowl takeaways, Tide roll into 6th college football playoff title game, CBSSports.com. James Webb Space Telescope unfurls massive sunshield in major deployment milestone, Space.com. Georgia clobbers Michigan in Orange Bowl to reach national championship game, New York Post. Several dead in stampede at religious shrine in Kashmir, Al Jazeera English. Betty White, a television golden girl from the start, is dead at 99, The New York Times. Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson's best New Year's Eve party moments, updating live, Variety. Limited revelers return to Times Square to usher in 2022, Associated Press. No deaths have been reported in the ferocious Colorado wildfire. It may be a New Year's miracle, governor says, CNN. U.S. officials ask AT&T, Verizon to delay 5G wireless over aviation safety concerns, Reuters. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Capitol officer furious over Mike Pence's January 6 comments after police saved his life. AOC rips creepy weirdo Trump advisor for fixating on boyfriend's feet. Children's COVID hospital admissions hit record high in U.S. 50 of the funniest tweets about cats and dogs in 2021. Chief Justice John Roberts, judges must be better at avoiding financial conflicts. Ryan Reynolds sums up how we're all feeling about losing Betty White at 99. NY Governor Kathy Hochul gives Jeopardy contestant a second chance at Clue. 6 wounded after 65 shots fired on busy Philadelphia street. Photos, a look back at images of Hollywood icon Betty White. Rep. Ayanna Pressley tests positive for COVID-19. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Audemars resigns as Lafayette City Court judge. Apartment fire forces tenants out. December tornadoes on the rise. Teacher gets vehicle repaired for free. Thieves caught stealing customers' Hellcat. Vet receives service dog 10 years. Confusion over airline mask policy leads to heartbreak for family. Search continues for driver after SUV crashes. School district hit by cyber attack. Workers, residents react to explosion. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. COVID wave dampens New Year celebrations worldwide. Eric Adams takes office as New York City's mayor. College football gets its inevitable Georgia-Alabama title rematch. Betty White, a television golden girl from the start, is dead at 99. Scientists say Omicron may peak in the U.S. in mid-January but still may overwhelm hospitals. People with Omicron are less likely to need hospitalization, British report finds. Trump appointee resigns after fight with Democratic bank regulators. Betty White recalled as a trailblazer with a love for life. People magazine's premature cover toasts Betty White's 100th birthday. Record-setting Colorado fires destroyed more than 500 homes. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Georgia routs Michigan 34-11, will face Alabama in title game. Greg Gutfeld reflects on the highlights and lowlights of 2021 with Goody Awards. New Year's Eve crowd in New York City's Times Square still parties despite coronavirus limits. Number 1 Alabama beats number 4 Cincinnati 27-6 in college football playoff semifinal at Cotton Bowl. 6 people injured after shooting at Los Angeles grocery store. Who can forget 2021? Texas AG gains federal injunction against another Biden vaccine mandate. The 5 looks back, from Rittenhouse to Afghanistan to inflation, the biggest stories of 2021. Betty White remembered as a champion for wildlife and lover of animals. 2 injured after shooting incident at Mall of America, police say. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, January 1st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. NYC New Year's celebration heads into the evening in preparation for the ball drop. Betty White dies at 99, legendary actress passes away just weeks before her milestone 100th birthday. The proof France's First Lady wasn't born a man. Revelers hit clubs to welcome 2022 as Sajid Javid hints harsher restrictions are unlikely. Kate at 40, friends and ex-aides give account of royals' journey. London welcomes in 2020 in style. World sees in the new year despite COVID restrictions as party spirit overcomes Omicron concerns. Lawyers for Prince Andrew's accuser Virginia Giuffre, up to 6 witnesses are willing to testify. Scottish government urges Scots to avoid large night parties. Duke and Duchess of Cambridge lead dignitaries and celebrities in welcoming in the new year. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Omicron's New Year's cocktail, sorrow, fear, hope for 2022. South Koreans counting down to first legal drink at midnight on New Year's foiled by coronavirus curfew. 12 dead in stampede at popular Hindu shrine in Kashmir. Tony Blair, Daniel Craig join scientists on UK honors list. Japan's emperor prays for pandemic dead in New Year message. Raiders need healthy dose of Jacobs to get to playoffs. Fear, distress, relief. The many emotions of the pandemic can be found in Italy's pharmacy testing lines. Taliban cracks down on Moorites while demanding Western aid. Refugee rescue off Indonesian coast highlights plight of Rohingya minority. Biden says he warned Putin of severe sanctions if Russia invades Ukraine again. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Golden Girls star Betty White dies aged 99. New Year's Eve 2021, celebrations around the world amid concern over COVID, live updates. China opens embassy in Nicaragua for first time since 1990 after Taiwan ties cut. North Korea's Kim Jong-un warns of life and death struggle in 10th anniversary speech. Familiar foes Alabama and Georgia roar into college football playoff title game. Liverpool have to be perfect to keep Manchester City in sight, admits Klopp. Betty White, a true TV genius, and a comedy black belt. Prosecutors drop charges against officers on duty when Epstein killed himself. The Guardian Footballer of the Year Simon KJR, football has become secondary for me. Maxwell conviction increases scrutiny of other women who worked for Epstein. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Revelers await return to New York City's Times Square to usher in 2022. Wait, what? Quit Cops School's annual banished words list. Department of Justice drops case against officers in connection with Jeffrey Epstein's suicide. Biden talks sanctions, Putin warns of rupture over Ukraine. Miraculous, no casualties reported in devastating Colorado wildfires. As governor commutes trucker sentence, vows to release new information from case. Governor gives Jeopardy contestant a second chance at clue. Over 65 shots fired on busy Philadelphia street, 6 wounded. 1 suspect in custody, 1 at large in connection with shooting of officers. Teen suit says coaches made him eat pizza despite religion. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Colorado, residents return following devastating fire. Betty White, Biden leads tributes for Golden Girls actress. Virginia Giuffre, Prince Andrew accuser seeks evidence he could not sweat. French ban on plastic packaging for fruit and vegetables begins. Obituary, Betty White, the golden girl with a heart of gold. COVID-19, WHO chief optimistic disease will be beaten in 2022. Desmond Tutu, body of South African hero to be acclimated. New Year's Eve, firework displays welcome 2022. Ghislaine Maxwell, rape survivor describes locking eyes with Maxwell in court. Jeffrey Epstein, charges dropped against prison guards who falsified records. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. A treacherous start to 2022 in the forecast after record rain in Los Angeles and wind-fueled wildfires in Colorado. Today in history for January 2nd. U.S. passes 2M cases in 1 week for first time during pandemic. South Africa study finds Omicron less severe. Latest COVID-19 updates. Today in history for January 1st. Beaches in Los Angeles, Long Beach closed after sewage spill up to 4 gallons. It couldn't be saved. Snow helps quell Colorado wildfires as evacuees face devastation. AP Top Stories. Betty White dies at 99. I could hear the wood crackling. Residents recount escape from fast-moving flames of Colorado wildfires. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 6 people injured in shooting at South LA supermarket. Officers in Riverside County fatally shoot driver who rammed into police cruisers, authorities say. LA COVID-19 cases skyrocket to 27,000 as health officials plead, act responsibly. Biden offers condolences to Chilean president after Los Angeles Police Department shooting death of girl. Search called off for skier from Truckee missing near Lake Tahoe since Christmas. Beaches in Long Beach, LA and Orange counties closed after sewage spill of up to 4 million gallons. With Omicron surging, California calls for stricter COVID isolation for infected people. Column, How I Lost My Kite and Learned the Futility of Holding On to Things. Gun violence hits 15-year high in LA, taking lives and erasing hard-fought gains. California Criminal Justice Panel eyes 3 strikes law changes in 2022. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, January 1st, 2022. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Unvaccinated workers who lose jobs ineligible for unemployment benefits, minister says. Hamilton Sky City hit by world's first strike of 2022 as workers demand living wage. Argentina's intelligence service has accused officials who served in former Buenos Aires province Governor María Eugenia Vidal's government in court of a secret scheme to eliminate trade unions. 18-year-olds now able to run for South Korean parliament. Korea's Kim talks food not nukes for 2022. France to make birth control free for women aged 18-25. After making birth control free for underage girls, France is now expanding the program to include women aged 18 to 25. A plan is underway in Japan to launch the world's first wooden satellite in 2023, as its development team aims to harness the environmental friendliness and low cost of wood in space development. Scotland missed 100% clean electricity consumption in 2020 by only 1.4%. A shipment of fake oranges hid millions of Captagon pills intercepted by Lebanese authorities, the Interior Minister said Wednesday, in the latest regional seizure of the stimulant drug. Customs officers seized nearly 9 million Captagon tablets at Beirut's port. A new Chinese law on the protection of sensitive data has made it much harder, if not impossible, for foreign investors to access information on China's economy over the past few months. Analysts say the Chinese Communist Party is using this law to tighten control over strategic sectors. Australia donated Pfizer vaccines arrive in Cambodia, to be dispatched to frontline states with Thailand, Khmer Times. China vows no forgiveness for tax cheats in Common Prosperity Drive. China says it has hypersonic missiles with heat-seeking tech, years before U.S. Japan is working on a COVID-19 vaccine that offers lifelong immunity. Poland, trial begins for abortion protesters accused of interfering with religious act in church. The next headlines are from Forbes. Women's college athletes are big winners in 2021 NIL reform. The Denver Nuggets 2021 in review, Nikola Jokic wins MVP in a year defined by devastating injuries. Democrats' disinterest in state-level elections may be tied to top-down, federal-first policy preferences. Betty White, 100 Years Young documentary will be released as planned. For the Baseball Hall of Fame, quieter, but no less enjoyable, induction days are on the horizon. Anderson Cooper hosts 2 shows for CNN+. Odell Beckham Jr. doesn't bend rules as he adds spice to Rams attack. After years of waiting, Scott Ford's NHL dream finally comes true. The New York Mets need Buck Showalter to be like another Big Apple managerial icon, Gil Hodges. What do we call feature-length fiction podcasts? The next headlines are from Nature.com. Audio long read, the secretal hives of cells, as never seen before. Activity of convalescent and vaccine serum against SARS-CoV-2 Omicron. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,754,858,547 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Impractical Jokers, Joe Gatto leaves comedy show. Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson's best New Year's Eve party moments, updating live. Anderson Cooper to host new CNN Plus show Parental Guidance. Golden Girls veterans salute Betty White. If there was an opportunity to laugh, she found it. John Bauman, comedy writer and key WGA leader during 2007 to 2008 strike, dies at 64. Sony Music Group chairman and UK native Rob Stringer received CBE honour from the Queen. The best songs of 2021. Betty White's 100th birthday celebrated on People magazine covers just before she died at 99. Betty White's 100th birthday movie celebration still going ahead. Remembering Betty White, whose timeless humor made her one of the greatest comedians in TV history. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Limited revelers return to Times Square to usher in 2022. In a year-end report, Chief Justice John Roberts emphasizes judicial ethics. Colorado residents assess damage from wildfires. A pediatrician's advice to parents on Omicron, travel and vaccines. Michigan is trying to lure electric car makers. Betty White, a beloved icon and actress since the beginning of TV, has died at age 99. Urban wildfires burn 6,000 acres and hundreds of homes near Denver. Photos, wildfires engulf 1,000 homes in suburban Denver. As Omicron heats up in the U.S., South Africa says its wave is on the way out. South Africans line up to pay their last respects to Desmond Tutu. The following headlines are from the week. Legendary actress Betty White dies at 99. Prince Andrew accuser wants proof of his alleged medical inability to sweat. New York City's New Year's Eve celebration in Times Square going forward. South Africa may have passed the peak of Omicron wave. Putin reportedly warns Biden of complete rupture of relations on call. Thousands evacuate as Colorado wildfires burn hundreds of homes. Climate change is coming for the world's poles. 2021, the year of. The year's best photojournalism. What I got wrong in 2021. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, January 1st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The next news is from Politico. Paris institutes outdoor mask mandate, starting Friday. Germany powers down half of its nuclear power plants. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. Bernard Kerik provides batch of documents to January 6 Select Committee. FDIC's GOP chair to resign after partisan brawl. Betty White, TV's Golden Girl, dies at 99. Wildfires burn hundreds of homes in Colorado, thousands flee. Complaint could Royal Department of Justice foreign agent prosecutions. Biden officials now fear booster programs will limit global vaccine supply. I predicted the culture wars would end in 2021. Oops. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Great lengths, the long and short of why Australia are better than England. What our post-Christmas bargain purchases say about a mood. New infections surge to all-time high as Omicron overtakes Delta as Victoria's dominant strain. Nick Frost on Why Women Kill, a deep dark dive into the human psyche. Most NSW ambulance callouts in 126 years despite well-behaved night crowds. 2 new COVID cases recorded in WA. Kim Jong-un talks food, not nukes, in unusually subdued New Year speech. Jane Hachian gets lost in the Shanghai of her mother's childhood. Omicron comes to the party, cancels our Hot-Vax New Year's Eve. Rival BBL players could come to Star's rescue, top-ups highly unlikely. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Help me retire, we are in our late 50s and have retired with less than $1 million, did I jump the gun? What could go wrong? Yikes, quite a bit. Zooey Deschanel's latest home purchase could be a risky gamble. Here's why. CDC warns Americans to avoid cruise ships, even if they're vaccinated. Each society creates its own pathology. Vaccine specialists say CDC's hand was forced on cutting COVID-19 isolation times. Vaccines help reduce COVID-19 transmission and hospitalization, but they may have important secondary benefits. I'm going to lose my mind. 2021 was a year of air rage, cancelled flights, overworked airline staff and Omicron, and it's not over yet. The moneyest, she trusts me completely. My sister offered to pay off my credit card bill. I'll repay her over the next 4 years. Am I taking advantage of our relationship? The moneyest, our friends always yearned for a relationship like ours. My husband of 16 years left me for another man. I don't want them to live in our properties. What can I do? The moneyest, son, get a lawyer. That woman is going to take away your inheritance. The most popular moneyest columns of 2021. Market snapshot, U.S. stocks end lower on New Year's Eve, but S&P 500, Dow, Nasdaq score big gains for 2021. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. We must remain optimistic, full of hope. President, The Herald. Another spin of the reels. Australian full federal court finds electronic gaming machine to be patent ineligible. Intellectual property, Australia, Mondac News alerts. Patenting software-based medical devices, Part 2, Intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Leonhardt Ventures files patent for bioelectric diabetes reversal treatment via FAB4 regulation and Clotho regulation, Biospace. The following headlines are from TechDirt. New Year's message, the arc of the moral universe is a twisty path. DHS, ICE begin body camera pilot program with surprisingly good policies in place. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Ashanti. Avril Lavigne. Miley Cyrus. Jim Harbaugh. Ohio State football. Rose Bowl 2022. Hard Rock Stadium. Dylan Gonzalez. Dick Clark. Auld Lang Syne. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Judge blocks vaccine mask mandate for low-income children. At least 12 killed in stampede at Hindu shrine. Tesla bots could become companions with unique personalities, Musk says. Mall of America forced into lockdown after reports of active shooter, video. Outrage as Iraq War PM Blair gets knighthood from Queen Elizabeth. U.S. journalist says Queen Elizabeth should have died instead of famous actress. AOC responds to Florida holiday controversy. Soldier arrested over ominous COVID ultimatum video to government. She names the new heights China-Russia relations reached in 2021. Putin reviews 2021 in longest ever New Year address. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Missiles on the doorstep and impending nuclear winter. A visual guide to profile picture NFTs. China pursues brain control weaponry in bid to command future of warfare. Arabica coffee set for largest annual increase since 1994. 2021 year in review, madness, mayhem, and tyranny. China punishes people trying to escape brutal lockdown in Xi'an. Male and female athletic performance, worlds apart. FDA maintains PCR tests are gold standard despite CDC dropping over positive results up to 12 weeks. Hate crime hoaxes of 2021. China launches mineral hunting satellite to maintain rare earth monopoly. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Several dead in stampede at religious shrine in Kashmir. China reopens embassy in Nicaragua after diplomatic switch. North Korea's Kim Jong-un talks food not nukes for 2022. Canadian provinces cut COVID isolation for those vaccinated. Bitcoin closes lucrative year with a whimper. In Gaza, young victims of Israeli bombing recount a brutal 2021. Iran space launch fails to put payloads into orbit, official. Beloved American actress Betty White dies aged 99. New Year's Eve air travel is off to a bumpy start. Colorado fires, hundreds of homes burn in fast motion disaster. The next headlines are from Breitbart. China cancels New Year's Eve gatherings as coronavirus outbreak spreads. The Year of Education, 7 seismic moments that redefine the issue in 2021. Pastor calls on community to help family of hospitalized baby. God answers prayers through people. Veteran honors military by restoring neglected headstones. We need to bring them back. Exclusive Rep. Mike Waltz, Biden worst president for human rights in modern American history. Exclusive Lauren Boebert, Fauci, Wuhan Institute need to be investigated when GOP takes back House majority. New York prioritizing antiviral pills for 9 white people. Teachers union letter seeking delay of in-school learning riddled with errors. Joe Biden, with help from GOP, resettles over 52,000 Afghans across U.S. in 2021. In memoriam, 25 Americans allegedly killed by illegal aliens in 2021. The next headlines are from UPI News. Wait, what? Top's 2022 banished words list. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Woman wakes up to find astonishing icicle outside that looks exactly like a hummingbird. Career oil exec dedicates himself to capping millions of abandoned oil wells to help the planet. Miracle preemie baby born the size of an iPhone came home for Christmas after a year of fears daddy may not survive. Jaw-dropping footage of northern lights pulsing across entire Canadian sky with southern lights, too. The most stunning moments for animals in 2021 will make you cheer and love them even more. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, January 1st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Unusual phenomenon causes fish to rain from sky in Texas town. Space colonists will likely resort to cannibalism, scientist says. Bank accidentally deposits $176 million into people's accounts on Christmas Day. Sausage vending machines are a thing in Germany. One couldn't live without the other, married high school sweethearts with COVID die on same day. Unusual phenomenon causes fish to rain from sky in Texas town. Cats blamed for more than 100 house fires in South Korea. Chicago woman quarantined in airplane bathroom for 3 hours after testing positive for COVID-19 mid-flight. Wisconsin Badgers accidentally shattered trophy while celebrating Duke's Mayo Bowl win. South Carolina coach Shane Beamer gets mayonnaise dumped on his head after Duke's Mayo Bowl win. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. BCI's had a big year in the lab. In 2022, they're coming to the market. Scientists want to call Pluto a planet again, along with 150 other nearby space rocks. Could electric velomobiles change micromobility? Meet the Kinner car. Job hunting season is just around the corner. Here's 6 tips to get ready. A year of battery-powered scooters fighting F-word with riders and government crackdowns. The next headlines are from Information Week. The IT backlog in the age of DevOps. Will the democratization of technology accelerate progress in AI? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, January 1st from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Jazz pull away in fourth quarter, beat Timberwolves 120-108. When deer damage orchards, what does Utah owe fruit growers? Bagley Cartoon, 2022 prediction. Utah on track to break single-day record for new coronavirus cases. QB Baylor Romney moving on from Bayou football. Athletes, judges, historians and a bear, the noteworthy Utahns who died in 2021. Gordon Monson, Utah fans are everywhere, worshipping at college football's cathedral. Not going to Pasadena? Here are a few spots to watch the Rose Bowl with Ute fans in Salt Lake. Utes running back Tavion Thomas gets his chance to show Ohio State what it missed out on. Take a look at some of the best photos so far from the University of Utah's Rose Bowl week activities. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Streaming wars drive media groups to spend more than $100 billion on new content. Says its justification for keeping the show Earl is absolutely unhinged. Amazing Strange Things scientists calculated in 2021. A program for cheaper internet for low-income Americans launches today. Ask Slashdot, New Year's resolution for tech companies? Slashdot asks, what are some books you liked reading this year? Intel demos lightning fast 13.8 Gbps C5.0 SSD with Alder Lake. How Chinese police track critics on Twitter and Facebook. Plans to capture CO2 from coal plants wasted federal dollars, watchdog says. India antitrust watchdog orders investigation into Apple's business practices. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Man shot, killed in downtown St. Louis. Prosecutors request mental exam for accused serial killer. St. Louis region braces for winter weather on New Year's Day. Suspect it's large after shooting in Overland on New Year's Eve. St. Louis health leaders advise keeping New Year's celebration small. East St. Louis School District to begin remote learning after winter break. Winter weather advisory issued for parts of St. Louis area, light snow possible. Betty White, TV's Golden Girl, dead at 99. Second suspect arrested in deadly shooting of Illinois officer. Task force disappointed Parson allowed emergency order to expire. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Live, thousands in Las Vegas to ring in the new year with fireworks, parties. Flight disruptions felt at San Diego Airport as weather, staffing woes challenge industry. San Diegans scale back New Year's Eve plans amid Omicron surge. City, contact Republic Services directly if you need garbage pickup. More than 200 Marines separated for refusing COVID-19 vaccine. Beloved actress and comedy icon Betty White dies at 99. 2 men, 2 women suspected in teen shooting at gas station. Maximum enforcement, DUI crackdown begins for Nye. How to watch the 133rd Rose Parade presented by Honda. Diabetic who caused deadly wrong-way crash hack normal blood sugar, report finds. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, January 1st, 2022. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Free COVID tests distributed to students in Alameda County. Drag queen in San Francisco's Golden Girls Live remembers Betty White. CHP conducts maximum enforcement for New Year's Eve. Freeze warning issued in parts of the Bay Area. Shooting investigation underway at Sun Valley Mall in Concord. More than 200 Marines separated for refusing COVID-19 vaccine. Celebrities react to death of TV legend Betty White. Wait, what? Top schools annual banished words list. Wave of cancelled flights from Omicron cruises out 2021. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Morant scores 30, Grizzlies beat Spurs for fourth straight win. 2 wounded during Mall of America shooting, suspect sought. Alabama, Georgia set up SEC rematch in championship game. Actors, comedians and president react to Betty White's death. Gilgeous Olex underscores 23, Thunder beat Knicks 95-80. Ovechkin scores 2 third-period goals in Caps 3-1 win. Dion Miller, Jeff Dickerson was a living inspiration. Jeff Dickerson was a friend to everyone, admired by all. Appellate court refuses to make Elgin Hospital give ivermectin to patient. Waukegan woman killed, man injured in gurney crash. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Patton Oswalt, My Fair Lady, historic theater tours, more happening in Seattle this weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Belize, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, January 1st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Deputy terminated after shooting 17-year-old suspect at NRG Park. Mall of America shooting leaves 2 people injured on New Year's Eve. Family who lost loved one in drunk driving crash pleads with people to celebrate irresponsibly. A spike in the demand for free COVID-19 tests ahead of the new year as case numbers rise. Last day of 2021 in Texas is raining fish literally. Random Matagorda County shootings cause more than $7,500 in property damage. 8 big Texas stories from 2021, and what's in store for 2022. Mild New Year's Eve, but wild weekend weather. Homeowner uninjured after escaping house fire through window. Houston doctors ask you to stay home and avoid gatherings for New Year's Eve. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Colorado fire victims begin New Year surveying destruction. New Year's Rose Parade to proceed despite COVID-19 surge. Eric Adams sworn in as New York City mayor after ball drop. New York City ushers in 2022 with ball drop in Times Square. Alvin Bragg sworn in as Manhattan DA, taking over Trump case. Repeat or revenge, Alabama versus Georgia, again, for CFP title. Michigan's comeback season comes to abrupt halt in CFP semis. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Eric Adams sworn in as 110th New York City mayor. Hochul orders boosters for returning CUNY and SUNY students. Photos, NYC says goodbye to East River Park. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. 3 Tanzanian peacekeepers injured in Central African Republic. Sudan, refrain from disproportionate use of force against protesters. People of Myanmar face unprecedented crisis in 2022. UN data helps balance New Year's weight loss resolutions. 2021 Year in Review, celebrating UN values in action. Grave violations surge for children in conflict. 2021, a good year to listen in. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. The fall of the mainstream media and the biggest lies they told in 2021. NIT cover-up of 2 genocides, Stalin's famine in the Ukraine and the COVID vaccine holocaust. Central Intelligence Agency experimented on hundreds of orphans, torturing them to reveal psychopathic traits, report. Hollywood elites panic buy armored cars and safe rooms amid rising violent crime. California man arrested on way to White House with rifle, hit list compiled from TikTok. US dollar's status as dominant global reserve currency at 25-year low, and USD exchange rates? BBC forced to apologize for interviewing accused Epstein attorney about Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. 2021, the year of corporate government COVID passports and digital IDs. Linguistic weaponry and the rhetorical mechanics of Let's Go Brandon. Prosecutors quietly dropped case against Epstein jail guards during Ghislaine Maxwell trial. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. A collection of Snopes fact-checks about Betty White. Britney, Ben Iver, Beatles and Broadway, pop culture in 2021. Behind the wait for a verdict at Maxwell jury deliberations. New Year's Eve muted by Omicron, many hoping for better 2022. Does this photo show a genius D-Day invention? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Our most popular articles in 2021. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson tell 2021 to go to hell in wacky New Year's Eve special. OMG, I want to rent that house, Tulum, Mexico. Somalia is where U.S. military strategy goes to die. When James Joyce wrote the best, most depressing Christmas story ever. The Book of Boba Fett has the aim of a drunk stormtrooper. Ketamine therapy will go mainstream in 2022, for better or worse. The next year in politics could somehow be even uglier. Miranda's and Just Like That, alcoholism storyline is actually great. If we cannot come together on COVID, these disasters are next. Intestines, bones, and bacteria, a deep dive into the world of bioart. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Eric Adams sworn in as 110th mayor of New York City. Georgia clobbers Michigan in Orange Bowl to reach national championship game. Mother sex-trafficked 5-year-old daughter to man who murdered her, officials. Knicks fall to thunder as Obi Toppin struggles in place of Julius Randle. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week, enjoy the quadrantids. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Forget Atlantis, 14 real cities that are completely underwater. NASA's alien hunting James Webb Space Telescope gets first surprise breakthrough as its lifetime significantly extended. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Eric Adams becomes New York City's 110th mayor amid Times Square party and COVID surge. New York is back. Alvin Bragg, son of Harlem, takes oath as Manhattan's Nuda. Louisiana judge who used N-word resigns in disgrace. 6 young adults injured in Philadelphia shooting. Tesla recalls 475,000 cars over multiple issues. Connecticut man arrested for fake COVID-positive diagnosis to avoid court hearing. AOC slams GOP's very obvious, strange, and deranged sexual frustrations. Statue of Liberty cruises is turning away passengers because of limited dock space. So many memories, over 500 homes feared destroyed by fire. The following headlines are from military.com. Self-described German soldier in COVID threat video arrested. Confederate monuments will likely go to Black History Museum. Defense Secretary taking more authority for use of DC Guard. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Second suspect arrested in shooting of officers at hotel in Bradley. Route 66 to be showcased during Illinois State Museum's 2026 exhibit on Highway's 100th anniversary. Immigrant detainees remain in McHenry and Kankakee County jails while court considers appeal to keep ICE contract. Snow blast of up to 9 inches expected to hit Chicago area Saturday. No kids die in the Chi March urges action on gun violence. Waukegan woman killed in Gurney auto accident Thursday. Ex-cop Drew Peterson tries again for a new trial in third wife's death. Naperville police take man into custody after hours-long standoff. CPS CEO expects high COVID-19 numbers with return to school next week but is very comfortable with in-person classes, despite calls for pause. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Heavy snows to hit Colorado after wildfires destroyed hundreds of homes. Rare leopard captured in northern Iraq. All cougars confirmed in Michigan have been male. Why we don't see females, kittens. EPA says it agreed to study PFAS toxicity and NC advocates say it didn't really. France culls over 600,000 poultry in the new bird flu outbreak. Alaska faces ice Magellana's temperatures swing wildly. Elusive atmospheric molecule produced in a lab for the first time. Colorado wildfires destroy hundreds of homes. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, January 1st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Dogs can develop OCD too. How cybercriminals are targeting internet-connected cameras. Elman Rai, complete review. The New West under climate change, a rampaging winter wildfire. Picturing the ancient moon. 5 strongest CBD oils, complete buyer's guide. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Spain and Argentina cruise to opening wins at ADP Cup. 12 dead in stampede at popular Hindu shrine in Kashmir. Lawyer Stan Bearer, a political influencer on civil rights and trade with China, dies at 82. AP Week in Pictures, Global. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Number 3 Georgia rips number 2 Michigan, will face Alabama for national title. Run Tide, no one Bama over non-P5 Cincy 27-6 in CFP semi. Chicago Sports in 2021, a look back at the biggest stories of the year. Oakland, 1 killed in traffic collision involving multiple cars. Frozen Bun Run, a New Year's Day tradition, cancelled. Concord, Sun Valley Mall lockdown after shooting. Giants center Billy Price expected out Sunday after family tragedy. Photos, New Year's Eve celebrations welcome 2022 around the world. New California COVID-19 guidelines, want to know. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Biden warns Putin of severe sanctions if he doesn't back off Ukraine. Captain, second in command of Navy ship fired. Ayanna Pressley tests positive for COVID-19. Trump blasts Biden on pandemic response as U.S. sees record cases. Joe Biden enters 2022 facing crises around the world. Colorado Governor Jared Polis calls no reported deaths in Boulder fire a New Year's miracle. 52,000 Afghan evacuees released into U.S. in 2021. Kevin McCarthy pitches House GOP's vision to save America in new ad. AOC spotted dining in Miami, as NYC faces record COVID cases. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Everything Democrats didn't do in 2021. She helped expose secret UAE-run prisons in Yemen, and paid a steep price. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, January 1st, 2022. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Shooting at Mall of America, 2 wounded, gunman at large. Angry Dogs, number 3 Georgia blasts number 2 Michigan in CFP semifinal. Over 500 Colorado homes feared lost in fire, so many memories. Man fatally shot in Gresham. Run Tide, no one Alabama rolls over Cincinnati in CFP semifinal. Pedestal removed from site where Robert E. Lee statue once stood. Bulls' DeMar DeRozan has knockout power, beats Pacers at the Horn. Forced out of apartment weeks ago, now living in motel. Big game hunting, brand new Notre Dame coach will turn Duluth versus Oklahoma State. Glenbard West completes dominant run to York Championship. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Sukesh claims he was in relationship with Jacqueline, report. 13 hidden iPhone hacks you should know. Apple to be probed for unfair practices in India. Emerald Lingam worth Rs 500 crore recovered from Tanjavur man. Hive 12 dead in stampede at Vaishno AV, probe ordered. 2021 flashback, year of Hitman Rohit Sharma. How to create list of New Year's resolutions using Alexa. Times Top 10, Shoes, app cab rides to cost more in 2022. Hive, India reports 22,775 COVID-19 cases, 406 deaths in 24 hours, Omicron tally 1,431. SP founding member joins BJP ahead of the polls. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, January 1st, 2022. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Adair Concepts expands, Kins 5 Kanakawa opens. Texans try to extend winning streak in San Francisco. Houston producers providing the soundtrack for the industry. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. The next headlines are about world records making news. Record-setting Colorado fires destroyed more than 500 homes, the Seattle Times. Top 10 running performances of 2021, Canadian Running Magazine. Michael Phelps analyzes the 200 IM of Michael Andrew, Swimming World Magazine. Athletics Ethiopian Zaragoza, Tay smash 5 km world records in Barcelona, WTVB News. China's artificial sun smashes 1,000 second fusion world record, CGTN.com. Betty White, beloved and trailblazing actress, dies at 99, CNN. NYC New Year's celebration heads into the evening in preparation for the ball drop, Daily Mail. Jungkook starts 2022 off with a bang as he breaks the record for the fastest Instagram post to reach 1 million likes, Alkpop. Men's ISL Performance of the Year, Coleman Stewart dropped stunning 100 AC world record, Swimming World Magazine. The year that was, Art Diary 2021 was all about NFTs and auctions. Hindustan Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Scientists try, fail to find a DIY hangover cure that actually works. Says 2022 will close one day earlier as an additional safety measure. Count down the end of 2021 with the toys you'll want in 2022. Now India is purportedly looking into Apple's in-app payment system because the more the merrier. All of IO9's 2021 year in review lists in one convenient location. Final Fantasy Ziv Endwalker was the story I needed to end 2021 on. The Expanse's latest episode sets the stage for an explosive endgame. 47 new sci-fi and fantasy books to start 2022 off right. Archaeologists find ancient tsunami victim on the Turkish coast. Updates from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and more. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Birdsville Airport in Australia at 111.92 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ozhmyshkin in Russia at minus 71.32 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Physicists captured, quantify the sound of champagne's effervescence. Attempt to compare different types of intelligence falls a bit short. How leaded fuel was sold for 100 years, despite knowing its health risks. TV Technica 2021, our favorite shows and binges helped us combat pandemic fatigue. Researchers built a gecko bot to study how geckos glide and crash land. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump's Twitter and the Freedom Caucus were key to overturning the election, Bernie Carrick documents. Video shows local Fox anchor use Porsche as a ram to push car through intersection, report. Wisconsin election auditor subpoenas blue towns for records on voting machines that they don't use, report. Department of Justice has not charged anyone for insurrection, but has indicted 725 for other crimes on January 6, report. Omicron spoiling U.S. holiday economic comeback. Trump is getting terrible advice with decision to hold January 6 press conference, former top aide. Dems to gain control of key bank regulator after Trump appointee resigned on New Year's Eve, report. Did the pandemic change dads forever? Trump's allies in open civil war as MAGA movement struggles to pick up the pieces from 2020, report. Columnist reveals why Mitch McConnell's plea to the Supreme Court betrays his own supposed principles. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Hero, Chris James, the Canadian comedian triggering right-wing talk radio hosts. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. XC blinded sound ke, blinded by sound. DB blinded sound 214-508, blinded by sound. F blinded sound 832-212-6692, blinded by sound. Plantable Health completes initial public offering, Yahoo Finance. Mitochondrial function influences expression of methamphetamine-induced behavioral sensitization. Scientific reports, Nature.com. Blinded sound AHMH, blinded by sound. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. TT blinded sound 513-803, blinded by sound. LT blinded sound 409-781, blinded by sound. HTN blinded sound 934, blinded by sound. BSB blinded sound CKO, blinded by sound. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, January 1st, 2022 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO UAP stalwart and former Senator Harry Reid has died. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, January 1st, 2022. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.